Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Comic Book Days. I am Alan D. Lyons, author of Hostage 100 and Full Steam Ahead. You can find me on alandlyons.com or through the Lions Den on the social meds. So this is the comics I got this week. Let's see, September 25th was yesterday, which was New Comic Book Day for this week, and I'm going to show you which ones that I got for this week. First, I've got Strike Force. Excuse me, I'm holding this selfie style. I don't have a tripod that can really hold on to this, but bear with me. Anyways, I got Strike Force from Marvel. You can check out my review for that on Soda and Telepaths. I will post the link to that below. Then I've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 98 from IDW, and that is the Eastman variant that I like to get because I really enjoy Kevin Eastman's work. He is the original co-creator, after all. That also I did a review for on Soda and Telepaths, and I will post a link for that down below as well. Then I got some True Believers like I do. Well, Marvel pretty much puts them out every week. They did skip a couple weeks here, but they're back at it. And they kind of sort of have a theme. For weeks on end, they'll have a theme. Last time they had a Carnage theme to promote their Absolute Carnage event. Now looks like they're doing a Hulk theme. I think that's to promote the upcoming Immortal Hulk. Number 25 I think it is. I think they're planning something really special for that. But last week had a bunch of Hulk True Believers. This week was no different. So this week I got one for Red Hulk. And then another one called The Other Hulks. And as you can see there, that's definitely not the Incredible Hulk we know. Then one called Devil Hulk, which recent issues of Immortal Hulk has addressed that version. And then DC is kind of getting on the band of these $1 price comics, which is what True Believers, that's how much they've cost, and that's why I really like to pick them up. They're reprints of old comics, so DC's doing that as well. They're not as faithful every week as Marvel has been, despite Marvel, taking the break that they did. But, so there wasn't a dollar comic that DC released last week. There was one the week before. I think that was on Batman Hush. And so this week they've got one for Crisis on Infinite Earths. Of course, CW's Arrowverse, that's their newest crossover, which will involve other shows from the past, like Smallville. Burt Ward from the Adam West show is going to be on there. And Brandon Routh, he's been the Atom on Legends of Tomorrow. Well, he was Superman in Superman Returns. He's going to reprise that role. And, a bunch of other people from different shows are going to be on there. Titans is rumored to have some sort of thing on that. And then one that I got in that I didn't get when it was released. I guess the company that my local comic book shop gets their comics from, they didn't send it when it was released. So eventually they did. But Drawing Blood number 4, which is from Kevin Eastman's own company, Kevin Eastman Studios. They've done this neat little series. It's kind of inspired by Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman when they created the Turtles, and it's kind of a similar story. I'm not really caught up on the series. Like I said, the company that my comic shop gets the comics from, they kind of have issues of sending the issues. And so they didn't send number 2. I didn't get that one. So I've only read number 1 so far. But then I ended up getting 3 and then now 4. So I'm kind of waiting to get number 2 so I can continue on. So I won't be able to read that just yet. And then my local comic shop has a bin for 50-cent comics that I like to scroll through sometimes. Old, not the best of shape, but still pretty good to read. I found this one called Killraven. It's a little bit bigger size than the normal comic book, and it's from Marvel. Never really heard of it, but I thought it looked neat. The guy at my local shop, he had said it kind of reminded him of Warlord of Mars, which there's been several comics of that, and that's what he's familiar with. But when it comes to Warlord of Mars, I'm more familiar with the original novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs. He also wrote Tarzan. Some people might know him from the John Carter movie. John Carter is the hero of Warlord of Mars, Princess of Mars, Gods of Mars, so on and so forth. And so this one here, I really dig the John Carter stuff. So, and Deja Thoris is another character from from the John Carter stories, and she has her own comics as well. I think Dynamite puts them out right now. And so this Killraven looked interesting. It was only 50 cents, and pretty good size one. Like I said, the quality isn't the greatest, and that's why it's so cheap. But it will be a good read. So again, you can check out my books, Hostage 100, Full Steam Ahead. Check out the articles I write. I write for Screen Geek and Soda and Telepaths. All those you can find on my social media, and I will update my website, Alan D. Lyons, with them as well. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of Comic Book Days.